Hello everyone, this is Sylvie from Goatee Productions.
And this is Sean from Goatee Productions.
And today we're here to talk about anything that interests us.
Yeah, anything that's interesting to us and maybe to you. We don't know.
This is probably our sort of first almost podcast-like video.
Yeah, it's probably going to be shorter than a podcast, most definitely. A, because we don't have that much to talk about, and B, because I don't want to be sitting at my computer while I upload a file for hours on end.
That's a pain. Especially with our internet.
My internet's not that bad for Canada.
Yeah.
Well, my internet's not bad for Canada.
My internet is horrible. Oh man. It takes a long time to upload a video. That's it.
So, what are we going to start with, Sylvia?
Probably Halo 4. I like that. I just played that, not for the first time, but I just played the campaign for the first time.
Yeah, Sylvia came over to my house and we played the beginning of Halo 4, the first 2-3 missions.
I must say, I was thoroughly impressed. Good job, 343. Good, no, of course, but yeah, I was really impressed. I thought, for anyone that's seen the opening cutscenes, I really thought that they were live action and not, what would you call them, CGI?
CGI.
Yeah, or just, pre-rendered cutscenes.
I've played through the entire campaign twice now, once on like normal and once I'm like on heroic, which was a pain in the arse because the game seems harder because everything seems smarter. I like Halo 4, I really do, I really do, and the campaign is okay. Later in the campaign, things do get repetitive a little bit, like flip 3 switches and something will happen, or like flip 2 switches or destroy 4 floating magical orbs of magicness with this type of weapon. It just gets repetitive, and also for me it feels short. Yes, there's large plot points in it, but it feels very... I'm not going to spoil them because A, a lot of you may not have played it, and B, Sylvia, who's sitting right next to me and is a fair bit stronger than I am, has also not played it, and he is within arm's reach.
Yeah. No, I have not played the whole thing, but I do know how it ends. I know what happens at the end. I'm not going to go into it, but I was on YouTube the other day, and I just in the video title, it just had the arguably the biggest part of the with the biggest spoiler of the game, and then I click on the video because now I know it anyway, and then after the bit twist is revealed in the preview for the video, it's in brackets spoilers.
Spoiler alert! You're a little late.
Yeah,
it's like looking at the bottom of a box, and on the bottom it says "Do not flip box." Well, fantastic! It's a little bit late now. Yeah. Put that at the top of the box, so I'm going to see it without flipping it first.
Yeah, well, what can you do?
So for me, the campaign feels like a filler, almost. I don't know if anybody else got the feeling, but it just feels like it's... I wanted more. I kind of wanted, like, more... Just... It kind of feels like it had no real beginning, and it had no solid end. It feels like they could have easily put more on the end that they just didn't, and it still would have been fine. The campaign, I mean, I know Halo campaigns are normally short, and a lot of people arguably buy it for online multiplayer. But the campaign, in my opinion, this is the shortest Halo campaign to date, and it is, I don't know, you could pull it off in 6 hours, if that. If you're really good, 4. Skipping cutscenes, things like that, if you know where to go, but it's good. And they got a lot out of the engine, right? But you could see where they may have cut corners so that they could make things that looked good. Maybe you see certain things that are just pixelated like crazy, and some backdrops that aren't that good. And I just wish there was just more. I just wanted more story. I just wanted more of that. I mean, I wanted more of Lasky, and I wanted more of the new Spartans. I just wanted more.
Mm-hmm. I always like the story in the game. I know that's going to sound weird, but I'd rather play a game that has a good story rather than one that is, very unique in its content.
Right.
That's odd to say. Like, I'd rather play something with a good story over a popcorn game or a filler game, something like that. Or even Halo. I mean, you can only play Halo so much. Like, I can only play Ragnarok about 100 times before I say, oh, well, I get bored with it. Probably even less than that. So, it's a story that really engages you, and that's what I find the best in the game. So,
on the topic of story, Assassin's Creed 3. Oh my god.
By the way, thank you very much for immediately going into a game I haven't played. Go on.
Well, if you haven't played Assassin's Creed 3, I mean, I'll let you borrow it, because I've completed it. I'll let you borrow it today. That game is... I mean, story aside, just aesthetics, I said Halo 4 got a lot out of the system. Assassin's Creed 3's map is huge, first of all. Has completely new everything from the ground up. You may or may not have heard this. They started development on 3 as soon as 2 came out. It's been in development for... how many years is that now? 3 years?
About that much, yeah.
And it shows. It really does. Like, just the animation quality, how fluent everything. I was running from... I don't know, I pissed off some dudes. I was running from, like, 4 guys with swords and 1 guy with an axe and a kilt. Which, there's a Scotsman with an axe and a kilt. What else do you do but run? I mean, seriously. So I'm running down the street, I see an alleyway, and I immediately, hit right, and I go down the alleyway. But just the fact that he had to, like, skid to a halt, kind of, like he had to slow down and then turn, looked like a cinematic. It just looked incredible. When you walk over things, you're like, I know it's a small thing, but when you walk up a slope, your character will lean forward and trudge up the slope. Or if you're walking along rocks or something uneven, your feet will not just stay perfectly flat like most games. They will actually sort of contour to what they're on. It's just really, really, really interesting. It's just amazing. That aside, the story of that game, the story of the game was twisty, to say the least. That game had, I don't know, the game is easily 20 hours long. Easily, if you're just going through it, not collecting anything. And there was plot twists every step of the way. The ending was okay. By the time it got to the end and you were going through Desmond's parts... By the way, there's more Desmond parts, so if you don't like it, yeah, they're okay. There is just plot twists at every corner. It's just going through, it's like, oh, well, this is established. 5 seconds later. Okay, that was a blatant lie. This is established. 5 minutes later. Okay, that was also a blatant lie, but this one must be true. Okay, and then they flip it again, and it's just amazing what they did with the story, and some things you thought were going to happen and they didn't. There's one thing that you could kind of foresee. One of the characters, you have to go and rescue one of the characters, and the way you do it, it's obvious how it happens. Like, you go through this huge area and they ask you to do one thing, and that one thing ends up killing them all on the spot, and you're looking at it going, yeah, of course. Who didn't see that? I saw this coming from miles. I saw this, for way, way, way longer than I should have. But other things, it just comes way out of the blue. It's just, try not to spoil anything. Don't know if you can tell. I'm really holding back. But what we're trying to say is, if you want to be entertained for 6 hours plus multiplayer, Halo 4. If you want to be entertained for 20 to 30 plus hours, plus a fairly interesting multiplayer, I've yet to play it, but I've seen it. It looks cool as hell. Assassin's Creed 3. I have both. They're both fantastic. I'm going to try and get off the topic of Assassin's Creed 3 just to save time and save myself from talking about it for a good 10 minutes at this point, or almost. Right? That's great. So I guess so yes or no, you like the game, right? Yes. Yeah, it's okay. No, the game is fantastic.
Like 3 stars at least?
5.
Okay.
Wait, 5 out of what?
5.
5 out of 5? Yeah, there we go.
There you
Goatee
go.
seal of approval. That's a thing now. It's a 5 out of 5.
Sean Seal approval. That's
Yeah.
I won't play it at all.
It's
So-
Sean's seal of approval. 5 out of 5. That's just how it works.
For those that want to know, it's not worth that much. Your opinion's not worth that much. No, it's yeah. No, I can't even say that with a straight face.
Of course my opinion's not that much. I only buy games that I like. So if I only buy games that I like, of course I'm going to be biased.
Maybe you kind of have a point there. Yeah. So, okay, I want to talk about a game that I don't know how much you've played. I've seen that you know about it. You had it on your phone. I went crazy for this game, and I showed my girlfriend it, and she said this. She's the same. We're playing that game nonstop. Plague Inc. by Endemic. It's does it cost anything on iOS?
I think it costs either 99 cents or $1.99 on iOS.
Mm-hmm. I know on Android Marketplace it's free, and then there's like optional things that you can buy that cost a little bit of money.
Right.
But yeah, for those of you who don't know, it's basically a game where you create a virus, let it spread from country to country, infecting people and killing people.
You give it new perks to increase infectivity, lethality, or how lethal it is, and you can give people. My favorite thing is to infect everybody with an invisible disease with no symptoms at all,
Yeah.
and then everybody goes crazy. I go with the psychological effects, which starts with like insomnia, and then you can increase it to like schizophrenia and straight out insanity is one of them. Which, when they start working on a cure, is fantastic because it's very hard to work on a cure when everybody on the planet goes insane at the same time.
That
which
might
has smaller
slow down.
effects.
That might slow down research slightly.
As side effects as well, like it will topple governments, and certain countries will lose healthcare.
I've got to say the I don't know I don't really know what to call it. I would say flavor text, but that's obviously not the case. That's in like trading cards. Every once in a while at the top you'll have a news feed, and usually it'll be like so and so such country has fallen. Their government has started rioting or whatever. Or not the government.
Every so
has
often
started
it's
rioting.
really funny news
Yeah,
too.
so like there's this one, and I kind of feel bad for laughing at this, but it was Justin Bieber. I wonder who that's supposed to be. Got trampled at a concert, and at first I was like, haha, and I was like, oh, I feel bad. I feel like a bad person now. But yeah, but that game is really funny once you try it. Like at least the demo. I almost guarantee you'll be hooked.
If anybody's played the Flash game online, Pandemic or Pandemic 2, it's pretty much that, but on mobile and better, I want to say.
I would
There's
definitely call it
anybody who's played Pandemic. Yes, there's still a big problem with Madagascar. The only thing is you could pick your
Greenland.
starting. You can pick your starting country.
Fuck Greenland. I know that will be used against me at some point, but I hate that country so much because it's so hard to infect and kill people there. It spreads like it does. It barely spreads.
I'm gonna back up here. You hate a country. I hate your country. Why is that? Because I cannot infect and then kill people with my lethal virus there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, go on hating Greenland, you crazy motherfucker.
It is that. It's the worst thing. And let me tell you, I'll play that game and it'll be on my phone. So someone text me a message about it. Someone who also plays it, I'll send them a message back, and then we'll be talking about how we can make this disease, our disease, like more and less effective. And what's the best way to kill people in certain countries, like where to start your disease. And now I feel like I'm on a government watch list, honestly, using so many words like, I've infected people with something that gives them nausea and causes them to vomit in the streets. Like, it's... makes me think I'm just on this sort of government watch list. Like, yes, my virus is getting much stronger.
Be honest, you're in Canada, you're not on a watch list. They might just give you more maple syrup tax.
Oh, yeah, that maple syrup tax. It's really difficult.
I might be completely wrong in talking on my ass, but a little while ago, I mean, I know we have a stockpile of maple syrup. I know that's a thing.
Yeah, we do.
And a while ago either got broken into or just like I think it was like 11 tons of maple syrup went missing. Just so people know, that stereotype is real. A, we do like our maple syrup. B, we do produce a hell of a lot of maple syrup and come up with new and creative ways to consume maple syrup. And C, when that 11 some odd tons of maple syrup went missing, people went apeshit. Like, it was on the front pages of most, if not all, of our newspapers.
Here's a question, though. How do you steal 11 tons of maple syrup? Is it all at once? Surely not. I mean, do you just roll up with a truck and just pump it in?
I'm thinking what happened is, like, there were some guys working for them and they wanted to make money on the side, and they were shipping it, and they just decided not to show up at the other end. But somebody else working at the other end marked it as present anyways. So when they went to take inventory and it wasn't there, it looks like it suddenly disappeared when really it never existed there in the first place. What I'm saying is there's one fat bastard in Canada who just ate 11 tons of maple syrup, and I wish it was me.
Yeah, have you... Okay, this might be really bad for the stereotype of Canadians like maple syrup. Have you ever been to a factory that makes maple syrup?
I have. I went to Montreal.
Yeah.
It wasn't a factory. It was more like a farm. Basically,
Yeah.
I went to up here. It's like a shack in the middle of a forest of maple
Pretty
trees,
much.
and it's got a bunch of tree taps. Now they use like rubber tubes.
Yeah, they use like the blue PVC.
Yeah, it's like blue rubber tube. It's like blue surgical tube.
Not PVC, but just rubber.
Yeah. It's like blue. It almost looks like blue intravenous tubes, almost. Which I know some Canadian has done it before with maple syrup, so whatever. But what they did is it all goes into a big vat of steaming hot maple syrup or just sap. And what they do is, if you go there and you ask for it, they'll normally have a tray of ice, and they'll pour it over the ice and give you a popsicle stick. As it solidifies, you then roll it in the popsicle stick when it's about the consistency of taffy, and you eat it when it gets about as hard as a lollipop.
Okay, let me ask you this. So you went to a place that makes maple syrup in Montreal.
It was in Montreal.
By the way, for anyone that's outside of Canada, Montreal is the French-speaking portion of our country. I went to one in...
not just Montreal. It's all of Quebec. Right? Montreal... Yeah.
Goodness.
But Montreal is very French speaking. By the way,
I am having brain fart.
French Canadians and French Canadian French and like French France French are two different types of French. French Canadian has a lot of attitude, and it's probably the only reason we haven't been taken over, because nobody's going to take over a place with that many people who just don't give a fuck. They will fuck you up and everything you stand for. Because they have a big deal. I don't blame them for losing their culture and losing their land and stuff. So if somebody... And that was just with us being around. We're all the same country. If another country shows up, you can be sure that some serious shit's going down with the French Canadians. Plus, we have poutine, and you don't want to cut that off. We'll cut you off your poutine diet. If anybody doesn't know what poutine is, it's fries with cheese curds melted on it and gravy.
I'll be honest, I almost completely tuned out there when you were talking about Quebec. I feel bad.
Did you come back in when I said poutine?
I may have. That may have piqued my interest.
I don't have any poutine.
you lied to me. No, but okay. Everyone always says it's with cheese curds. That doesn't matter. It's just with cheese.
It's with cheese. It's normally cheese curds, but yeah, it's just cheese. Or you get the works, which is like
everything basically.
It's basically that normal poutine, and then green onions and whatever, anything you could cut up small enough to put onto fries, and they'll put it on it like I don't know, anything. Green onions, just they'll put anything. I've seen it with like chicken and bacon bits.
I don't know why it bothers me so much when people say poutine is fries with gravies and specifically cheese curds. That bothers me more than it should. I hate it when people say that. Just say cheese. It bothers me to a ridiculous extent.
It's your inner Canadian coming out.
Well, what can I say? You know what else bothers me about food? When people refer to the calories on the back of packages as you know, just the calories there. Those are actually at that, like, if you look on the back of the pack, it says 10 calories per whatever serving. That is actually 10,000 calories. Well, what those are kilocalories. So, like, and that's, I found it was, I was in a physics class when I was grade 11. And I know a lot of people just tuned out when I said physics, but just hear me out on this one. If I had a chocolate bar that said 350 calories per bar, if for anyone who doesn't know what calorie is, it's 1 calorie will heat a milliliter of water 1 degree. So you look at it and think, okay, I can heat a can of Coke 1 degree. That's not true. In that candy bar, you have enough energy to heat a can of Coke 1,000 degrees. That is ridiculous. Okay, so that's enough about that. That's just I've had that. I've kept that with me for so long, and I finally had to tell someone. That annoys me that much. Okay, and I just told the whole internet.
Speaking of food, one of our friends, I don't know if he's in any of the videos we have posted now, but one of our friends that was originally in Goatee and now is not, and later might be. Funny guy, bit of a goof, but a good guy, Nick. He's a little bit ridiculous, but just talking about food reminded me that he's now moving somewhere, but he can't cook anything other than like canned soup and craft dinner. I'm wondering how he's going to survive. I'm going to have to teach him how to cook.
Oh, because you can cook so well.
I can. I cook a lot.
Yeah, microwavable dinners don't count.
I do stir fry and stuff like that, and pasta.
Out of a bag doesn't count either.
You could do stir fry out of a bag?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That can't be healthy.
Why not?
I don't know. I chop up vegetables and use chicken.
Well, what do you think is in the package?
Well, pre-chopped, but I chop them myself.
Doesn't matter.
I just chop up, like, I just go to the store and buy a green onion and some chicken.
Here, let me ask you a question. What is better for you? Vitamin C that's in an orange, or vitamin C that's been made in the lab?
Well, probably ate in the lab.
Why?
Because, well, A, because you posed the question to me, my bullshitometer's already going off.
Okay.
Right?
Alright.
And B, if they're making it in a lab, they could just add more. Well, I know it's a lot more difficult than that, but they could give it more vitamin C to make it healthier.
Okay, so let me rephrase that question. If I had 100... Okay, 1 pill's worth of vitamin C in an orange, and then 1 pill of vitamin C, which one is better for you?
Oh, the one in the orange.
Why?
Because the orange also has vitamin C.
What?
Doesn't it? Or am I completely
No,
wrong?
what I'm asking you is if I give you an orange that has 1 pill's worth of vitamin C in it,
Yes.
right? Like, naturally, the orange has made
Sylvie,
so much vitamin C, and then I give you a pill with the exact same amount. Which one would you rather have? Yeah.
I don't know. Just tell me.
Okay. A lot of people will say that it's the one in the orange because it's quote-unquote natural. It's the same thing. It is the exact same thing. That's the same
So
vitamin
I went
C.
the other way because my bullshitometer went off and I was still wrong. I'm wrong. What else is new?
It's alright. I'm here to teach you knowledge. But, yeah, that's something that always supposed to me. And Frankenfood. Oh my god. I have to do a whole thing on... Actually, no. Carrots are purple. If anyone ever asks you what color carrots are, tell them they're purple. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want to know more, Google it.
Yeah, you told me about that earlier. There's a bit of an explanation to that.
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know. You might have been half speaking out of your ass as well. You might not have all the facts.
I have all of the facts.
I have all of the why.
Have all of the facts? Oh, yeah.
Sure, why not? Why, Sylvie, why not?
Go home, Sean. You're drunk.
I am home. You're at my house.
Okay. Well then. So, what else can we say?
We can't really say much else. Not much else has happened between... I don't know, I put the video up yesterday. Not much else has happened to me between... Yeah, that's not even 24 hours. I made that video at like 1 o'clock a.m. my time yesterday. Because I was bored and, well, hey, there's a microphone, so I'm going to speak into it. And then upload it. Although I had to make a lot of new things. I know a lot of people don't watch videos to the end. A lot of people just click, which drives me crazy. I have to watch a whole video. But at the end of the videos now, I'm starting to add an end stage, which I thought was interesting. I don't know. Everybody, I've seen all over the place. I can't believe we didn't do it at the beginning. I'm just now catching up. I'm slow, is what I'm saying. But it's basically, yeah, don't patronize me. It's basically, it's just linking to our other videos. I may have it at the end of this one. I may not, just for the simple fact that we don't have any other recent videos to link to other than the updates. And it turns out nobody likes to watch the update videos because nobody cares if content is not involved, which I don't blame you for. It's completely natural not to give a single fuck. That's how society works.
Makes sense. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what you say. Any real plans about what you're going to be doing with your videos?
What I'm going to be doing, I might do a little bit more of the Impressionist. I might do it.
I want to get in on that. I want to get in on that, by the way.
You're going to get in on it. I might do it for movie videos. What the fuck am I talking about? I might do it for like movie trailers and stuff as well. I have to be careful. I'm not too knowledgeable on copyright stuff, so I know how to be careful. I think I just had to worry about licensed music, which is why I made my own music for this. Fun fact, Sean made all the music you hear in Goatee Productions.
And that's why it's terrible.
Hey, shut up. See, you do it better.
No.
It'd be like, beep, that's done. It's done.
There's one note, plays for 3/4 of a note, of a whole note. And, yeah, that's good. Is there? Okay, you're definitely more musically inclined than I am.
Yeah, I play piano, drums, and the trumpet. Primarily the trumpet, though.
Okay, is there any symbol or any value of a note that is 3/4 notes?
3/4 notes?
Yeah.
Yes, a dotted half note.
Right.
A half note with a dot at the end will add an extra quarter note to it, making it 3 beats long.
Now you can tell how long it's been since I've
you could also
played
draw
any instrument that's not a guitar.
You could also draw a half and a quarter and tie them.
Yes, but yeah, of course.
You could also do it in 3/4 and do a whole note, I think, but I might be wrong. It's been a while since I actually did any theory. I think if you did it in 3/4 and did a whole note, that would work as well for 3. Nobody's going to change key for one. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've seen really stupid compositions. One with 6 flats. Which, seriously?
What, 6 whole note flats?
No, the key signature has 6 flats in it, which means every time you see one of those notes, you play flat instead.
Wait, so 6 flat.
The key, it was like the key of...
hold on, well, why wouldn't you just...
It was like the key of E flat.
Well, why wouldn't you just play in a different... Play in something that... In a key that's not a flat, and then just have 2 sharps?
That's not how it works. No. It doesn't work like that.
I swear, can't you just move
No,
it
it doesn't work like... You're thinking like math and science again. That's not how it works.
You can just move it up.
No, you can't.
But
you can't.
Oh, yeah, okay, now I remember. Jump, jump, don't jump, jump, don't jump.
Oh my god. It's tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone.
That's it, yeah.
Think of a keyboard. Honestly. I have a sound editing program on this. I'll show you after the video. It's not that difficult.
It is remarkable.
But I saw a key signature that changed key and speed for a single bar, going at 240 beats per minute, 260 beats per minute.
What?
Which it's
very fast.
That's 1.5 times march speed. Most pop songs now are marching speed. That's standard, so it's about 1/2 times faster than that.
Okay, that is...
It's about the speed of Gangnam Style.
Nice. Wait, you get that right in there.
I did?
Yeah.
That song is popular for all the right reasons.
Yeah,
and it's... I know it at least was. I'm not sure if it is. Still the most liked. Not the most viewed, but the most liked video.
It's also the most viewed now.
Is it?
Yeah, it passed most viewed video about 100 million views ago.
Good.
Yeah. Man, do you think that'll reach 1 billion?
It must.
Surely, it will, right?
Yeah.
Like, if... Before the year's end, what do you think? It's at about 850 right now.
Maybe. I don't know.
When was it put up?
I think almost a year ago now. I want to say.
Okay, when did it gain popularity?
Ooh, 6 months ago, maybe.
6 months. Okay.
6-8 months ago.
So maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Definitely before March. Way before March.
No way. It must have been more recent than that. Because I don't remember anything big like about it. It was as early as September.
I don't know. I don't have to check. I'm not checking now because the microphone picks up everything. Hello, everybody. If you want a high quality microphone,
click.
yeah, listen to this. I can see that on the waveform. That is not good. That is me clicking a mouse, but I'm sitting back on a couch. That mouse is 3 feet away from the microphone with the gain on half.
Boo-hoo, first world recording problems.
Yeah,
my mic is too good.
Well, I better be good. I paid a lot for it.
Oh, boo-hoo, I had to pay a lot for my craft.
It's not even my craft. I'm not even claiming to be that good at it. We just enjoy it, and we decided to upgrade.
Very true.
Which is also why I bought a headset where the microphone comes out.
No. Let's face it. You bought that because you want to splurge.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was only $40, but the microphone, like the Blue Yeti. By the way, hello, we use the Blue Yeti. It was like $145.
In case anyone doesn't know, we've only said it about 50 times, so there might still be one or two of you that have no idea.
because we were so excited when we bought it.
Yeah. Oh, when the first time we went to try to go get it, we were gonna go pick it up from Tiger Direct, was it?
Yes. Oh, I know exactly what you're gonna. Okay, hello everybody. This is what happens when I lead people. See, I thought I was following Silvio, and he goes, "Oh, there's a Tiger Direct, which is a website, but there's also like warehouses. It's basically Costco, but for electronics. It's a very cheap factory direct electronics store."
I feel like you're gonna mess with the story, so I'm gonna say
I'm not gonna mess up the story. I'm not
yes,
gonna mess up. You can correct me whenever. But I thought I was sort of following Sylvia. He goes, "There's one here," and we start going. And me, with my terrible sense of direction, because I fly planes, which a sense of direction in the air is a straight line with wind direction. On the ground, if you do a straight line, you better be getting rid of a few buildings or learn parkour, neither of which I'm capable of doing.
So yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So we were just talking, and he said, "Yeah, we should go pick up a microphone because we need one." So what do we do? Well, we're at Sean's house, and we say, "Okay, we don't know how to get there. Let's Google it." Perfect. We Googled the address. Great. And we Googled how to get there with just maps or whatever.
Because we use public transport.
Because we could walk there, but we don't want to take 2 days. So yeah. And we finally get there. We look around all over the store for it. And by the way, it took us about an hour and a half to get there.
At least.
Yeah, and at this point we had already stopped off with to get like lunch at McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
So we were about 2.5 hours into this trip. We get there.
Well, actually, when we were walking towards it, this is the thought process going towards my head is... See, the normal Tiger Direct I go to is in a big mall kind of thing, like a strip mall, but it's ginormous. Like, it's the size of, like, 5 schools. And you walk in the front, but this one was on the side of a building instead. So I'm walking in there, I'm going, I don't ever remember this store having a side entrance or exit. And it was only when we walked in, I looked around and went, this is not the store that has the microphone.
You said that this is the store.
I thought it was. The area looked familiar. The area I was in looked familiar. Again, I don't have a sense of direction. I don't ever have a sense of where I am relative to where I was.
Either way. So we go in the store, we look around just by ourselves. Possibly we can find the microphone.
Right.
And we're looking 10, 15 minutes. Okay, we can't find it. We go and we ask one of the clerks. We ask him, no, we don't have it there. Yeah,
but it turns out that the only reason the microphones were in the other store where I bought it from eventually, was because it was a surplus. People had returned them, saying that they thought there was something else. There's nothing wrong with them, but they just returned them to the stores, and they're open boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought the one that wasn't open, that was just a surplus. which is the only reason they're at that store and that store only, that I went on a completely different day, and I went with a different person. Again, I went with Nick instead of Sylvie because he was busy with school, probably.
Yeah.
Because
Was it a weekday?
yes.
Yeah, there you go.
No, it was
So-
Friday. Oh yeah, well, the fucking
Well, then it
weekday.
was probably like work.
Yeah.
Either way.
It was Friday
But,
because Nick could stay out late.
Yeah. So, long story short, spent 4 hours trying to go get a microphone from the wrong place. It was
It was an
the
okay
thing that
day
bugs
though,
me
because
most.
we, on our way back, we ended up just going to a pool hall and playing pool for a little bit.
Yeah, it was a
And then going
pool hall, and then we got some like something to eat. And
We had some faux soup. We had some faux.
If anyone wants to know,
If anybody wants to know, no, I cannot spell it because no, I don't
P-
know how to get PHO with the weird
PHO.
accent thing, but I don't know how to get the accent, so I'm not going to try and spell it.
then we need to put that in the video title.
You can do it. Go ahead. Be my guest. Give it to you on a flash drive.
Halo 4 and 4.
Halo 4. Halo Foe. Yeah, there we go. Halo Foe and
That's-
Assassin's Billiards.
That was. I feel like I should hit you with the pool cue now.
Please don't hit me with the pool cue. I will break. I break very easily.
Such is the way. Well, that made no sense. But what?
As you do.
As you do. Alright. Well, that's been our very first, we call it podcast?
Half-cast.
Halfcast. That's been our very first podcast at Goji Productions. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.